Well, today is D-Day, 80 years ago. We celebrate the love and the sacrifice that was made for freedom. Tens of thousands of our soldiers and our allies, hundreds of thousands, millions died in that war. And they died for freedom. Thank God that many of them were over there, along with the President of the United States and the other national leaders, including defense. Please keep this in mind. Freedom is costly. Jesus Christ, the Son of God, the Lord of Lords, the King of Kings, gave his life and died for freedom, that we all might experience it personally. Yes, also nationally. Jesus gave his life for freedom. Many soldiers, many in the military forces have given their lives for freedom. Jesus said, "Greater love hath no man than this, that he lay down his life for his friends." Great love. Thank God for all who willingly gave their life for freedom. Please keep that in mind. Freedom is costly. But here's the thing I think it's very important for us to understand today, or we're not going to see freedom. There won't be enough people who will die for it. We're going to actually watch people die as we lose it. Because if we want to preserve freedom and protect freedom, we're going to have to learn to live for freedom. I want you to really keep this in mind. Jesus did not leave his disciples and his followers and his family and his body here to escape. He left us here to reveal his life and to live for freedom. And the reason we're in such distress and such a mess today, nationally and all over the world, freedom is threatened, is because far too many people who were set free by the sacrifice others made and by the wonderful gift our founders gave us, and those who gave their lives for the birth of this nation, we're losing the freedom they died to protect because we refuse to live for freedom. We must all be willing to die for freedom, to love others, to love our neighbor as ourselves, to be willing to give our lives for what matters, and life matters, and others matter, and freedom matters. If we fail to live for freedom, then we're destined to lose it. And I started back in the 70s, even in the late 60s, trying to get American people to turn back to the principles that made us great. I helped see, I believe, the extension of freedom because of the time I spent talking to leaders about what had to happen in this nation and how we had to stand against the forces of evil that were about to take over the whole world. And they did take over our education. And they did take over so many areas of national life, impacting business, the free market that made people wealthy. The wealth used foolishly to finance the very institutions that are destroying the free market belief and those necessary principles. I'm doing my best right now at age 80, and Betty and I try to get away early summer every year just to go somewhere where it's cool. I'm sitting here in Utah right now. Betty and I have been here praying, and that's all we've been doing is praying for you, for every believer, for everyone in the body of Christ to stand up and look like the Father and look like Jesus and live for freedom. Right now, the stage is set. We're either going to die en masse trying to protect freedom, or we're going to begin to live for freedom with all of our heart. Had we done it, we never would have given our education system, our entertainment, our business, and our national leadership and the affairs and the principles, let's say, that are no longer in place, and the policies that have been passed for lack of principle, if we would live for freedom, we would be able to protect it and preserve it and share it. And when people see a family that understands on Father's Day there is one Father that's perfect, and if we would give him his dream by saying we're going to live for kingdom purpose, your kingdom purpose, that your will may be done on your earth, I believe we can see the restoration of freedom. Thank God for all of you who gave members of your family, and for all who gave their lives for freedom. I am praying right now that every person hearing what I'm sharing will commit your life to live for freedom, to protect it, to preserve it, to restore the essential principles upon which freedom rests. I've written a book along with Jay Richards called Fight the Good Fight. It talks about the principles that must be restored. It was written to help us as a nation and as a family restore the principles that will keep us free. The stream I brought together to bring the greatest leaders, the most brilliant people across all denominational lines and all racial lines to share the truth that sets us free and keeps us free. I don't want any of us to focus on one person other than Jesus and look for him and the Father in the lives of the people who affect you. Please, let's give God the greatest Father's Day present a man ever had. Let's give him his dream. Let's give him a family that will live 100% for his kingdom purpose. That's the only way we protect and preserve freedom. Many will willingly give their lives for freedom. I'm asking you to live your life for freedom and for God's will. God bless you. Love you. Praying.